We're back.
That we are.
Welcome to Howie Lennox episode, I don't know, what, 91. All the episodes are off. We got to
No, they're
have
not.
them. Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
They're
They're
off.
right on time.
Mm-mm.
Yes, they actually are. We were able to do this 91 times,
Mm.
probably like 80 Saturdays.
It's got to catch up with the other shows.
Well, it's never going to catch up with the other show because we
We're just
started
going to
the
stop
other
doing it.
show.
That's how you catch up. You just stop doing it. All in favor for stopping. Put a poll up. Put it up. Put it up. I bet you we get some people that be like, "Yep, you should stop it. We should stop tech stocks and jobs." All in favor.
Yeah, I'm not going to play with you tonight.
What you say?
I said I'm not playing with you tonight.
Oh, don't play.
I'm not playing with you tonight.
Pinky ain't for play.
Absolutely not playing with you tonight.
Carolyn Scott, good evening. Jonathan R, good evening. Kevin Davis, thank you for becoming $100,000 member. Oh no, you 300K. You went from 100 300K. You upgraded. Let me upgrade you. Upgrade you. Welcome to the 300K. 300K earners. Sadie, what's going on? Early one Sunday morning. I know you done heard that a million and one times though. I'm assuming your people from the South. That's what I'm going with.
On the way in, make sure you guys hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We appreciate you kindly. We are slow dragging with this membership, but we're going to fix that in a minute.
Oh, we slow dragging?
Yes,
How we slow dragging?
we should have 10,000 subscribers by now.
Well, we gotta put out more shorts. We gotta be consistent. We gotta tag the videos, D.
Made a couple.
Tag the video.
I made a couple of calls today. I've been working.
O'Shea, what's going on? O'Shea, you been cheating on us. I've been seeing you in everybody else's show. I ain't been seeing you over here, O'Shea. You been cheating. It's okay though. I like look at O'Shea over here. I
Just
ain't see,
creeping.
I ain't seen him on our show. That's all right. We still love you a little bit,
Maybe not.
just a little bit, just a little bit.
Do you hear my heater?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good.
When you don't have them headphones on. Yes,
Mm-mm.
yes. We won't let y'all see no shoulders. Hey, I had to have my shoulders up. But I'm assuming you're talking about this, but I don't know. I'm assuming. But you may be talking about skin. I don't know. I don't know. Could be. Maybe.
What we got queued up for tonight?
We're still in our monologue. Don't try to switch up the subject, D.
I don't. I just asked a question.
You tried to switch it up. You did.
No.
I forgot. You the killjoy. I forgot.
How? I just asked a question.
I forgot. You the killjoy, D. D, how you doing today? How was
Um,
your weekend?
It wasn't long enough.
It wasn't long enough. Why?
'Cause I didn't have enough time. It seemed like I didn't have a time enough time to do what I need to do. But you know what? I did read a book and started reading another book. And, I used to feel bad about just like vegging out. I felt like I wasn't productive if I just wanted to go like sit down and not do anything and kind of unplug. But the class that I took, they were like, you need to recharge. Like your body needs to recharge. And when you have big things on the table, like big projects and stuff like that, like you also need downtime to think about how you're going to plan and strategize those. And it talked about, your peaks uh during the day. And, I'm a night owl. I've always been a night owl. So, I can be up all night and be dragging all day.
Is
So,
that right?
yes. Yes.
Mm,
I am a
mm,
night owl. So, just reading that type of stuff, that was a good thing. I implemented some of that stuff today, which is cool.
I see.
How was your day?
Going, still going. After I get over
It's
here,
it's it's the night
after I
now.
get over here, I gotta keep it going.
I mean, but that's the evening.
Still going. We didn't stop, won't stop. Don't know how to stop.
Hmm. Hmm. How you guys doing out there?
Oh,
What's going on?
I
It's
have a lot
Monday.
on the menu. Actually, by the way, shout out to O'Shea and Shoulders. Good evening from Tidewater area, Virginia. What's going on? That's right. That's why I was saying.
Yeah, O'Shea. I'm definitely a stalker.
Rakisha, what's going on over there on Facebook? We live on Facebook. Hey, Facebook.
We are live on Facebook.
Hey, y'all. What y'all doing over there on Facebook? Are you the only? Probably you might be the only one over there, Rakisha. It'd be lonely on Facebook.
I'm going over there right now.
It'd be lonely out there on Facebook. What's going on, Tara?
Mm, mm, mm.
It's your first time joining? It says it's two of y'all. All by myself. All right. So if you don't know and it's your first time, I'll give you an introduction so you know. I'm Tam or Tamika, and the person on the other side of me is Killjoy named D.
I swear you a hater. I
Major.
swear
I'm a
you are.
major hater. I'm a
I'm.
major hater. Major. Major hater.
I'm so glad
I'm a
that
major hater.
you're admitting your major hate.
Because you're gonna go back and forth, so it's just easier for me to admit it.
Whatever floats your
Oh,
boat.
tell Jerome I said what up.
Mm,
Tell
mm.
Jerome that's right. Keep the name in the streets. Shout out to Jerome. Shout out to Roman Rome.
Oh, he
He
started
doing
his
his
new gig
thing.
this week, right?
Yeah, he started his new gig. He signed up for a one on one. I prepped him for his interview. He crushed it. He crushed both interviews. He got his job. He done relocated. Got everything paid for. We rocking. We rolling. We rocking and we rolling. Right. Shout out to Health. I see you up there. Lionel, you said Jerome sent you. Yeah, you've been out here cheating. Yeah, he starts today. All right, cool. What's going on, Lionel? And drop in the chat what you what you heard about us. I love to know what you heard. Drop in the chat what you heard. All right. So who are we? I'm Tam. This is D. Am I pointing right? Yeah, right here. This is D. And we're women in Linux. We are co-founders, however you want to slice and dice that up, of this group. And the reason why we were we founded this group is because I was like, man, I wish people really stop talking about getting into tech from a coding perspective or getting into tech from whatever perspective. And I'm like, okay, let's start about let's talk about women. Let's talk about Linux. So let's talk about infrastructure. So I started a group to talk about how to get in tech from an infrastructure perspective. Why? Because infrastructure isn't going anywhere. I don't care how many abstractions we build away from the infrastructure. It's still a server, it's still some networking, it's still some hard drives that run data centers that make up the cloud, that make up on-prem. You tell me where you can't run something on. You're gonna have to have some hardware to run something on. Just bottom line. um, the other piece to that is Linux is actually the foundation for most all of your uh, data centers, for all of your cloud stuff. I mean, edge computing, high performance computing, so forth and so on, right? I want to have a group where I could literally talk about that. Like I want to talk about that. I want to talk about um tech from a space perspective, like what's going on with space and satellites and government contracting. And everybody wants to talk about all the other stuff. I don't want to talk. I want to talk about the money. Where the money at? Where the money reside?
She
Right?
just want to geek out with some folks and found me, and I want to geek out. And we're here 6 years later. We're
Seven.
geeking out. 7 years later?
Yep.
It's been a long
And
ride.
maybe longer than that. One at 2015, 2014.
Just about.
Yeah. So 7 years later, and here we are, and we still together. I actually completed a Linux course, but didn't feel prepared. I'm wanting to get a job, depending on the Linux course. Did you take? I recommend the RHCSA, but you might have taken the Linux Plus or the LFCS from the CNCF. What's going on, Deanna from California, or Deanna? I'm not sure. What's going on, Cali? Cali's finest. You ain't got no stuff in your car, do you? Don't have
That's
nothing in
not
your
what she
car.
usually call us. That's she's being very, very
What I
nice.
used to call y'all?
I don't know what you call y'all, but I know what you call me.
I mean, well, everybody know your name. Why you acting brand new?
Hmm.
The unwarned worker. Don't let the streets treat you better. Yeah, yeah. I know you not talking. O'Shea, you. O'Shea, I'm not gonna start with you tonight. I'm not gonna have. I'm not. I'm not gonna. You know what, O'Shea? We love you. How about that? Mwah. Let me give you a kiss.
What you are that unwarm welcome. You can take yourself back to the streets. You'll be back. You always go to the streets. You're not the only person that's out there in the streets, but y'all will be back.
What's going on, CTO advisor? I know the stuff don't get any easier. I keep trying to tell them. I
Thanks for
keep.
coming out tonight.
Oh, you know what, CTO advisor? I got a question for you. I do. What's gonna happen to Tanzu with Broadcom? What is gonna happen to Tanzu and Broadcom? What is going to happen to Tanzu and Broadcom? So if you're not running vanilla Kubernetes and you're not running managed Kubernetes on prem, and you're not running Tanzu, you're not running OpenShift, you're not running managed Kubernetes. What's the left? Rancher? What is left? I mean, not OpenStack, but Azure, Azure Stack, AWS Outpost. I don't know. I don't know. I just got questions. I know, but people don't like it. People don't like OpenShift. They be crying about it. They be crying about it. All right, so what we talking about tonight? All right, so there's a couple of things I wanted to discuss in terms of where the money resides. And then another thing I wanted to talk about was skills. You know, I like talking about skills. And I also had like a whole list of links for a list of links on the state of Linux. I think we need to talk about that. The state of Linux. Where is Linux headed in the world of AI? Where is Linux headed in the world of AI? What does that look like? And what this, because I've been seeing these things here. Um and I'll pull this over here. In the world of AI and Linux, what are we looking at? And what should you possibly be looking at too in the world of AI and Linux, right? So one of the one of the big things I think that gets lost in translation as when we're talking about this is like people are like, oh my god, AI is going to take all our jobs, but
Yeah.
but there's a lot of things that a lot of places use Linux, and they use Linux and databases and networking and AI and machine learning. So I want to dive off into that a little bit. I also want to dive off into um yeah, this is what I wanted right here. This is what I wanted right here. Do you bring this up? The rise of Linux AI assistants. And this is from the Linux Journal. And at one point in time, the Linux Journal sat down. They was
It
like,
did.
yep, yep. Um, oh, we got some friends that do some other stuff for money, like make specialty cocktails, like drinks and so forth. And then there is um some people work on film production. Um, what I've never seen. I've seen stuff close to it, but I've never seen. And I was talking to D about this. I never seen a movie about Linux, like somebody's career trajectory in Linux, like almost like l- even a spinoff, like a little, I don't know, 4 episodes of like this person went down the with their Linux skills, they went down the path of space. This one over here went down the path of high performance computing. This one went down the path of just strictly doing research. And then somebody else went down the path for utilizing Linux with math or AI or something that I
I think
like.
the closest was like iRobot. You was excited
Yeah,
about like that
yeah.
was it.
That was about it. I mean, he was using the command line, but it was never about the path to get there. Like what does that look like, and where that could take you, or something like that. Like I've never seen that. All right, so the rise of Linux AI assistants. All right, so here we're saying in the realm of technology. Oh, let me blow that up. Oh, thank you, D. In the realm of technology, the fusion of AI and Linux operating system marks a significant milestone. Linux AI assistants leveraging the power of conversational AI are transforming the landscape of productivity and assistance. This article delves into the intricacies. I was gonna mess that. I knew I was gonna mess that up. Of these assistants, unraveling their capabilities, applications, and potential they hold on in our increasingly digital world. All right, so here they're talking about key features of Linux AI assistants: conversational abilities, integration with Linux systems. They seamlessly integrate with Linux based application, enhancing the user experience and productivity. And this is something that I think is really needed on the Linux side. Everybody's doing a lot of integration on the Windows side, but on the Linux side, on disconnected environments, having your own AI, your Linux AI assistant would be huge, right? That'd be huge, right? And then another one is customization. Being an open source, they offer unparalleled customization, allowing the users to tailor their specific needs. And examples are popular assistants like Mycroft and OpenAI's GPT for Linux exemplify these capabilities. So, all right, so here's some applications and use cases: professional productivity, personal use, educational and research applications, and Linux specific user use cases. Now, I'm going to say this. I think using AI in a disconnected environment to help with high performance computing, because there's just not a lot of people in that, I think that'll shape that tremendously. Like getting people to understand HPC, Slurm, SLURM, Condor, batch clusters, how those things work, how they connect, understanding that. Yeah, all kind of use cases with Linux and AI. So Linux, AI, and Slurm. I just want to see if somebody has. I see somebody got what is Slurm and is it relevant to modern work? Slurm is it's a system for managing the scheduling Linux clusters. It's open source, fault tolerant, and scalable. But imagine using it with AI. So this is run AI, but I don't know what that looks like in a disconnected environment. I don't know if they can do that in a disconnected environment. I don't know. I have to dive into it a little bit more. All right, let me go back to the article. All right. So the next one, technical foundations, underlying technologies. I talked about this. I posted this on the community wall, natural language processing. And that's what NLP is for. NLP is natural language processing, and machine learning are form the backbone to enabling them to understand and generate human language. Linux compatibility, they leverage the Linux OS strengths such as stability and security to operate efficiently. Development and deployment, the open source nature of Linux, I guess, faculties or facilities, collaborative collaborative development and easy deployment of these assistants, right? So the Linux AI assistants offer several advantages, including customization, security, and imagine if you had in a disconnected environment AI security of your machine learning models or Linux AI assistants that could say where you can automate phone calls or late night on call rotations like, hey, this machine is running out of space. We've already we did an analysis on that. Here's what the best suggestions that we think should happen, and then it takes that. It go ahead and implements that, sends you an email, you log in, you like, oh yeah, that's the best thing for that, this, that, and other, and you going back to sleep, right? CTO advisor, you said, I'm doing work for more traditional disconnected AI, but support is a great use case. Yes, support is a great use case. Support, and I even take it where people don't even think about it, AI and backups. Like if I could use AI for automated test backups, like I save a database or I do a disaster recovery, like I would love to see more AI in disaster recovery, automated backups, from and testing of those backups. You know, like we fell over, we got AI in place, it go do its thing. it put everything back together. Of course, we got to monitor that. We need some human eyes on that, but we can automate the testing and so forth and so on. Right? Yeah, but it's not in disconnected environments. Tech RX. It's not in disconnected environments. Not in not it ain't there. It ain't there. All right. So next one up is Linux AI assistants offer several advantages, including customization, security, and community support. However, they face challenges like resource limitations and a need for a continuous update. Security and privacy are paramount. Given the sensitivity of the nature of the data they handle, future trends, the future of Linux AI systems is promising with emerging technologies like deep learning, edge computing. That's another one poised to enhance their capabilities, right? So Linux AI assistant, excuse me, and he mentioned one which Mycroft. Here it is right here. All right. Mark II is a state of the art privacy respecting smart speaker designed for you and your family from kids to grandparents. Mark II provides a great voice experience. Okay, it's kind of like your what's it called? Not Siri, but what's the other one? Alexa. Kind of like Alexa, but this is open source, so I'm assuming you could customize this however you want to. Text to speech, wake up, wake word listener, adapt natural language understanding, deep speech, and then with KDE, they have some integration with KDE, right? Disaster recovery AI system have seen that with drone, yeah, but not in a disconnected environment. It's a whole different beast when you're not connected to the internet, right? When you're not connected to the internet, right? That's what I'm talking about. This right here, I'm strictly speaking in a closed environment. All right. So next up, I looked at this right here. Um, take your models to production with open source AI. This is from Ubuntu, a canonical. Build enterprise AI projects with secure supported canonical ML ops developed on your Ubuntu workstation using Charmed Kubeflow or Charmed ML Flow and scale up quickly with open source tooling in every part of your stack. All right. So I was looking at this and saying, okay, well, how would I use this? When would I use this? And so I'm gonna take a look at this a little bit more because I have a need for it. Um, right here, what is Kubeflow? Simple way. This Charm Spark. That's this one. But Charm Spark is simply the best way to run, whether on the cloud or data center, runs on Kubernetes, includes a fully supported distribution of Apache Spark. What is Kubeflow? Kubeflow is an open source machine learning toolkit. On top of Kubernetes, Kubeflow translates steps in your data science workflow into Kubernetes jobs, providing cloud native interface for your ML libraries, frameworks, pipelines, and notebooks. Right. So I wanted to play with this a little bit and go from there. All right. So let's go back and let's look up AI. I say Linux AI assistance in satellites. All right, here is the one. Meet the astronaut AI. Meet the astronaut AI that runs on Ubuntu. Autonomous satellite operations thanks to artificial intelligence. This is the European Space Agency. Nokia new AI assistant for SR Linux network operating. And this is again discover the power of Linux AI assistance. All right. So here's artificial intelligence, AI, and edge computing in space. This is 2021. This is what I was talking about here. All right. So space. Um, I hope um I hope you all understand when I'm talking about space, I'm literally talking about satellites. All right. Here, let me pull that over here. But let's look at nah, not videos. Let's look at images. We're literally talking about like this right here. Here is China experimenting with AI in space in this video here. Here's another one here with five space startups using AI. All right. And then satellite and so forth. And you're like, Tamika, why you keep talking about this? It goes back to edge computing. It goes back to having that hardware. It goes back to those skill sets I keep talking about lasting 10, 15, 20 years. 10, 15, 20 years. You know how long it take to build out some of these satellites and get them launched, right? So let's go back to our article. Episode 11 of the Space Industry Podcast is a discussion with Unibap about some of the latest advances in edge computing, machine learning, and AI technologies on board satellites. Drop a one in the chat if this is making sense to you or if it's interesting. Drop a two if you like, I don't even like nothing you talking about. Drop a one in the chat. D, what you D giving it a two. D giving it a two. Killjoy is giving it
Mm.
a two. D is giving it a two, folks. D's giving S Taylor, what's going on? Oh, let me while I'm here, while I'm thinking about it, while it's coming to my mind, while it's on my mind. Congratulations to Chiro or Chica for passing your RHCSA exam. No, it says Chiro, but to go by Chica online. How you laughing? It's two names. I don't understand. Anyway, for passing your RHCSA, somebody else passed something earlier.
Congratulations. Mhm.
Somebody else had passed something. I know Heather did the RCE, and somebody else had passed something. Somebody got their Security Plus, I believe, and then somebody else did something else.
You got to keep a better list than this.
That's your job.
Congratulations, all you somebodies.
That's your job, D. I'm.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. I'm just here to. Oh yeah, Ricky Stewart, you got your Sec Plus. Congratulations, congratulations. Right?
And our Vesta voice.
I don't know if we're gonna do it in that one with the theme of the song. All right, so space AI satellites, right? Um let's look at Unibap first. Space Cloud. All right, our vision is to make space technology available to everyone for improved life on Earth and beyond. Our mission is to provide the best open platform for time critical actionable information made in space. They work with AMD, NASM, FMV, NASA, MOOG, and I don't know who this is. I don't know. This may be it's look like maybe an Indian space agency. But they talk. Let's look and see what kind of jobs they got. Let's see. They don't have nothing. Well, they don't have nothing. They probably do. Let me go. Let's go on their LinkedIn and see if they got any jobs on LinkedIn here. Yep, nothing on there. Let's go home. They look like they got a foreign number there. Headquarters in Uppsala. I don't know what Uppsala N is. I don't know what that's at. But they specialize in automation, space surveillance, space cloud, deep learning, Earth observation, edge computing in space, and cloud computing in space. I'm gonna read it again because I don't think they hear me. D.
They
Au-
probably don't.
Automation, space surveillance, space cloud, deep learning, Earth observation, edge computing in space, and cloud computing in space. And they're doing AI. All right. So let's see if they got a transcript here. All right. So let's see what they talked about on this episode. In this episode, we speak with Frederick Byrne from Unibap AB. Unibap is a Sweden-based computer system technology developer creating AI and computing technologies to support advanced automation for industries on Earth and in space. How AI and machine learning can be integrated and used in space applications, the benefits that such advances can bring Earth observation, in other words, missions and services, in order to develop actionable information that drives autonomous operations and other systems. How existing computing concepts have driven advances in satellite systems, the development of complementary ground segment ecosystems that is supporting emerging capabilities in orbit, and how more advanced systems and satellites will enable the better use of ground based computing resources. And then they go into their space cloud here. Unibep Space Cloud is a OS Linux based operating system designed for space applications. And look at their server. Look at their rack. Here's their rack. There's their rack. I wonder how big it is. That's a CAD drawing. Here's the data sheet. All right, let's look at it. All right, so this is set up for Unibap is the forefront of providing an on-orbit cloud computing, intelligent data processing, sensor management, and storage for data analytics and distribution of timely, relevant, and actionable information. Unibap's radiation tolerant space cloud computing hardware and space cloud framework provide a powerful and flexible infrastructure for mesh networks, containerized app deployments, AI and IoT frameworks in space. Right. Let's see. They got on orbit processing. So as we're rotating around, we're on orbit processing, right? They said whether you have a space domain um awareness SDA payload or Earth observation payload, a aperture radar payload, robotics, or other situation where intelligent data process is needed, the IX5 provides unique value through its massively parallel architecture and machine learning support. And then they show you how it is. They give you the number of cores, the number of CPUs, the FPGAs that's on board, and the AI acceleration. I bet you one of these cases probably cost about what? What you thinking? What you thinking, D? One one of these little devices probably cost about 100 to 200,000. What you think? We can't hear you.
Probably more than that.
Let's see if we can find out. I just want to see if they're gonna have a cost somewhere out there. Yeah, I don't see it.
Put list price up there instead of cost or vendor price.
They probably ain't got it nowhere. See, so in here, I want to look for IX5. Hmm. Yeah, I don't see a way for me to search in here. Let me look. Nope, they don't have it. My Pickbook LLC. You funny. I just want to see if they got it in here, but they do have it listed in NASA right here. And this article I'm looking at from NASA is small spacecraft avionics. You ever want to just, if you're feeling bored one day and you just want to read some small spacecraft avionics, there you go. All right, but there's a reason why I bring this up too.
Tell us why, Tam, are you bringing this up?
All right,
Why?
what do you think?
We would like to know. I mean, we were talking about infrastructure and it never going away.
It's not. This is one way. It ain't going away.
I mean, that's what I got out of it.
All right, here we go. So for the year, this is a 2023. The U.S. Space Force Research Development Test and Evaluation budget was 15.8 billion. Right, that's for 2023. The budget that was for 2023, 15.8 billion. The budget for 2024 is 30 billion. And do you think that's gonna slow down? It went up 15 billion. It's gonna go up to 50 billion.
Absolutely not going to slow down. Everything is rising.
I just pointing things out here, and where the actual idea of the skill set resides. Now, who is tied back to space satellite emissions? What companies? All right. So we're gonna start out with SpaceX, Firefly, Airbus, Rocket Lab, Capella Space, Relatively Space, I guess Uslat, Maxar Technologies, Planet Labs, Virgin Galactic, Evolution, Axum, Evolution Space, Mitsubishi Electric. Um, and then let's take it one step further. Who subcontracts with those companies? IBM and Lockheed, correct. But who else subcontract with those companies? Raytheon as well. right? I'm just pointing out. So we talked about skill sets. What skill sets do you think you need to have? I can tell you one that you should automatically have. Networking. You should understand some DNS. You should understand one. Another thing to understand is security, physical security, and security of the data. Yeah. What's another one to understand? If I'm in space, I can't wait 4 or 5 days for this stuff to calculate. I need for it to calculate quickly. So a coder that understands algorithms to speed those things up, right? Data storage, yeah, right. All related back to infrastructure. So those of you that do you think that they're doing DevSecOps in space? Do you think they're doing site reliability engineering in space?
Absolutely not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not doing any of that in space.
Yes,
It
they are.
doesn't count. They're starting new technologies.
yes,
They're starting
the,
something different from scratch. His name is Cynix.
all right. So investing in space, the Pentagon Satellite Constellation Awards near $10 billion. This came out January the 18th on CNBC. 10 billion.
How
I just
much?
talked about the budget for 30, but here's the Pentagon Satellite Constellation Awards near 10 billion invested in space. All right. Who did that? Okay. All right. I've written about a bit about the Space Force Satellite Constellation Program before, but the new awards already rolling this year. Is worth checking into on who's been awarded the fray, what I'm calling it, the PWSA sweepstakes. A quick refresher: in a few years, since Space Force became the first new U.S. military service branch since the Cold War, one of its units has evolved into a satellite building, money slinging, fast moving agency known as SDA, Space Development Agency. Right? The unit is aggressively ordering and launching satellites for the new network known as the Proliferated Warfighter Space Architecture. The idea is to build a interconnected constellation, a la Starlink. Remember when we talked about Starlink launching 31,000 satellites, near orbital satellites, 3 years ago? I told you for a reason, right? That consists of hundreds of satellites instead of dozens or less. The goal of the PWSA is to have more redundancy and greater connectivity for lower risk, as each satellite in the constellation costs a fraction of the powerful but bespoke military assets of the past. Additionally, each tranche or generation is aimed to be bigger and better than the last. Expanding Space Force support or of the broader U.S. military with capabilities in the communications, location, and targeting and missile defense. When we last discussed PWAs, the SDA had awarded a $5 billion in contracts to 5 different companies. Now we're pushing 10 billion in awards to build 400 more satellites with 7 companies in the midst. Here we go. Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, L3 Harris, Short Space, Sierra Space, Rocket Lab, and SpaceX. Northrop Grumman getting 2.8 billion. NG is getting 2.8 billion. Lockheed Martin is getting 2.6. You want to use your DevSecOps skills. You want to use your AI skills. You want to use your networking skills. You want to use your math skills. You want to use your project management, your product owner. You want to use all those skills. Here you go. I'm showing you where $10 billion is going. They already got it. and they probably got these contracts for the next 3 to 5 years. So you can sit on the sideline and not get in the game, but here you go. And they're gonna use all your analytic skills, all your data engineering skills. Yeah, they're gonna use all of that. Your electrical engineers. Yep, yep, it'll fit in your hand. Yep. Let me look. It says, but the bottom line is that bit money is rolling out for from SDA. Already, the agency launched its first PWS satellites. It began ordering in 2020, and it has about 350 on tap for delivery and launch in the next 3 years. So that's 3 years worth of work. So if you got 3 years worth of work, and you probably know they're gonna pay extra for time, and you're making $200,000 a year, probably 250 if you on these contracts. They probably more like 250. So 250 times three is what, the
Show me the money.
750?
It's almost a million. Let's round that on up.
You say just going to give
Just
yourself
go on, give, yeah, just go on,
going to
make
give
it
you a
sound
million.
real good. Yeah. Just
All
go
right,
on and round it on up.
all right. So I like to show the money. All right.
Show the money. Show them the money.
So 250,
But even if you show them the money, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I can't do that. That's not for me.
750. Right.
I haven't been in tech for 20 years. I don't have the skills that you and D have.
But
I don't
se-
have it."
but listen, 750. You work a little overtime, you could probably push that to about 800.
I mean, what else are you doing?
So you got 800,000 that you have made in 3 years. Now the question is, this is what I always go back to. If we let's talk about the $50,000 conversation, right? Could you knowingly that you're gonna make 800,000? Because if you know, like I know, what you gonna do? You gonna sit there and be quiet? Oh, we don't like you. You right, you don't.
Hmm. Okay.
Right?
Mhm.
Let's talk about it.
Mhm.
Could you could you live off of $50,000 for the next 3 years per year? So 150 and stack the rest.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
I mean, that 3 years is like a small sacrifice now.
Yeah,
I might need a little bit more to, so I won't be as, a pauper.
but
But,
but
you do wanna
I think
enjoy life, but you can definitely,
but I think
stack.
what happens, yeah, what happens with these contracts, they're 3 years with 2 years optional.
Mhm.
So they usually are 5 years. But we know it's guaranteed to 3 years.
Guaranteed.
So yeah, so if we
That's the
do 250,
750. Yeah.
yeah, so if
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do the 250 times,
Mhm.
all right, now let's do 250 times 5, 1.25 million in 5 years. But remember, keep your budget low,
Ooh,
keep
chills.
your life low. So 50,000, if you stay on 50,000 times 5, $250,000 for 5 years, but you're gonna make 1.2 million. So you could easily make a million in 5 years. You say, where do I come up with these numbers at? Where are you getting 250 from?
Where are you
Most of the
getting 250
contract,
from, Tam? Where are you
most of the
getting it
con,
from?
most of the contracts that I've seen come out of the Space Force contract are around 200 to 250. Let me go. Let me look. Mm-mm, 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 mm. Okay. I have to pull up my email, you know, because that's just what I do. We'll leave others protected. Oh, let me get my mouse back over here. We'll lead the people protected. But let me go here. All right. I have it here. Let me blow it up and let me cut some stuff out here. Let's see. Oh, here we go, right here. Perfect. Blow up a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. That's much better. All right. Let me take it down. And then let me go up because we're going to protect the people. I got to protect the people.
Go ahead
Right.
and protect the people. Take your time.
Okay. Mm.
Not too
I
much
don't.
time.
I
You don't
know.
have
I
all
know.
night.
Look. Okay. Let me see. It only let me highlight, but that's okay. I'll just put it right here.
You can do it in your preview, and they have a feature that X's the stuff out at the top.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Oh, it's really easy. Go to preview,
How
and then when
about
you
how about I just send it to you and then you do it, and
okay,
I can go on to other stuff.
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you on the 50/50. There you go. I just sent it to you. You do that for me, and I'll do this stuff over here. Would yeah, I'm like always have to have the proof here. Jerome, what's going on? How
Let's
you
first
doing?
acknowledge the hater who is O'Shea, Linux, the hobbyist. He's the only man I know that uses one toilet paper square at a time. I don't know how he manages that, but more power to you. It's disgusting.
He says just briefly pass it through. Thank you for inviting your friend as well. Not staying the night, just paying my ties. We appreciate you, my boy Lionel, to the group. He is a talented lens admin, eager to work. Network, yeah. Tell him come. I saw him out here. I hope he's still in the chat. All right, D's gonna fix that up because I'm gonna tell you how I know. Because because people don't believe me. I'll just show you the proof. I just gotta block out some stuff. You just gotta block out some stuff, right? He said he's saying that to you, D. All right, so we
I know
talked
what
about
he's not saying to me.
I'm just reading what he said. All right, so let's go. Amazon. Always keep your ear to the street so you know what's going on. Let's pull it back up, D. Amazon plots a massive cloud expansion into Japan. $15 billion investment into Japan. What do y'all know about Japan? What do you know? What do you know about Japan? Why would Amazon be investing $15 billion into Japan and this cloud expansion? What is it that Amazon is seeing? But why? Why are they doing that? Okay. So Amazon Web Services plans to invest 2.2.3 trillion yen into it to extend its cloud empire into Japan, right? The American giant revealed its intentions during a press conference in Tokyo on Friday. The investment will be made over the next 5 years and drive the construction of several data centers in the region. So they've already picked out the land. They're already getting ready to start the build. They're going to start shaping talent in Japan. You need to ask yourself what's going on and why, right? It says this will help support the rapidly growing volume of data Amazon network is handling, fueled in large by the scramble to develop, train, and deploy AI models at scale. Apparently, I will be willing to put money on the line. You better start looking up what's going on with Japan and space and AI. Japan, space, AI. Japan, space, natural language processing. Japan, and quantum.
What do you want out of this? What do you want me to redact?
Who, and where?
Okay.
Okay, always got to tie things together, right? Japan's slim moon craft short on power after successful lunar landing. All right, that was Japan's exploration agency, JAXA. Right. First day was great. Orientation was all day. We're gonna be on next week, but good so far. Thanks for help. You're welcome. Right. Japan space. Why?
Can I leave the the I think I gotta take that one out.
Right. So let's go back to the article. All right. So our investment in cloud infrastructure generates a ripple across Japanese industries, including the public and government sector. AWS Japan President, I guess Tado Nagasaki, said it will help more Japanese organizations with the ability to access and adopt new emerging and transformational digital technologies such as AI and machine learning. Here we go. Right. This, of course, isn't AWS first expedition into Japanese market. Between 2012 and 2022, Amazon has invested over $10 billion to bound to two cloud regions in Tokyo and Osaka. The corporation said Amazon hasn't clarified if the latest investment will see the expansion of its existing data centers or establishment of additional cloud regions. Some retrofitting will probably happen with some of those GPUs and stuff. If we had to guess, the increased rate in spending over the next 5 years likely represents a heavier focus on GPUs and AI accelerators. AI, space, GPUs, even I'll even push for high performance computing and natural language processing. I'll even push for more of into the region of edge computing. I even push more into the region of surveillance for cameras in cities, the expansion of cities, the automation. I will push for that.
I ask you a question
Yeah,
and
yeah,
take that. Okay.
yeah. AWS expects the build out will contribute to about $37.8 billion to Japan's GDP, which is currently sitting at 4.9 trillion. Let's see, they offer this offers economic opportunities created by Amazon's planned build out. The development of digital infrastructure in Japan is key to strengthening the country's industrial competitiveness and data centers. And don't forget, we're allies with Japan. And Amazon, you don't think Amazon is going to be sitting and pushing some people from here to there and you can go back and forth, and then other people that partner with them to do stuff, you can't go. You want to work internationally, go work for a company that has an international footprint. If you want to go international, go work with a company that has an international footprint. That's what your Coca-Colas, your Lockheed Martins, your McDonald's, your Walmarts, those are what those companies do. Uh, We're not see. That's the thing, Tech RX. I don't care if people understand AI or not. That's the beauty of working on infrastructure. I don't need to understand AI. I need to understand the infrastructure that you need to support the AI. You got to understand AI. I need to understand the infrastructure that's needed. That's what I need to understand. Yep. So let me pull that back up, D. All right. All right. So I had D redact some stuff for me. So this is what I'm talking about here. I was saying to you all about what going on, what I know about what they offering at the 250. So do 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 boom right there. All right. Staff systems analyst, 138 an hour, 253 920 annually with 4 weeks of paid vacation, payment biweekly. The way these contracts work, you whatever you work, you get paid. So if you work 60 hours, you get paid 60 hours. Straight time. No time and a half, but it's better than not getting paid at all for the hours that you work, right? So sometimes when your salary, if you work 60 hours, you only gonna get paid the 40. The way they work is you work 60, you get 60. I don't know, D. I don't think they hear me
They too busy screenshot it trying to lift up the redacted to see what's going on.
though.
I have no idea what's going on.
That was in March of 2023 last year. I don't know. Maybe that's just. So I'm gonna show you how it works.
Kayla says she's all ears.
I'm gonna show you how it works. So 138. So come out to, if you look at it, it come out to 287,040. So here's the thing. Most of the time when you're working these projects like this, even though you get 4 weeks of PTO, you may not you may have Fridays off. You may do 4 10s. So you don't take off work. So you just stack your PTO, right? And your PTO keeps stacking and rolls over for the next year. So you got 4 weeks. You don't take any PTO because you got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off because you work 4 10s. So you may work your time where you're working like, instead of 10-hour days, you may work 12-hour days, right? You may come in on Friday and you may work 3 hours on Friday, right? You may work on a Sunday or something like that. Depends on the work, depending on what you got to do, right? But the goal is to keep your PTO so you can either get paid out or roll over to the next year, depending on the company, depending on who it is. But the 2080 is what you'll work year round if you wanted to. So you could pull back 280, you could pull back 300, right? That's on one job. That's on W
Tell them
2 on
again.
one job. Yeah,
Tell
that's
them
on one
again.
job. That's W2 on one job. You could take that and then parlay that into, say, you work on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something like that. Maybe you work in the afternoons. Maybe you do some 1099 work where you don't do but 15 hours a week. But now, if you do that, you need to make sure that you do something like nothing less than nothing less than 100 because it don't make sense. So you may do something like 150 hours times 15 times 4. So that may be 9,000 a month. And you multiply that by 12. You know what that is. That's 108. So that's 1099 though, right? So you could do that too. I'm just showing you how it could be done, what you can do, what you could do, but you know, people will tell you all this other stuff. I'm just showing you the possibilities, right? Put a one in the chat if you like the possibilities. Let me know. D gonna put a three. What's the three stand for? For life or what's that?
Three is for life. I swear.
What is that for?
I swear.
Right. So what I'm showing you is here's where the money is going. Here's the skill sets that you need. Now I showed you where the money's going. Here's the skill sets that you need. The question is, well, where do I get the skill sets from? How do I get started? How do I get
How?
started?
How, Tam?
And I want to caveat this. The 250 is on the low end. And D knows what I'm talking about.
Do I? I do.
Key word that was in there is it was staff. Go up to principal and distinguish. You're gonna go up another $50,000, another $70,000 to start. Heather, you stupid.
Heather, the A plus should always be a reference book. If people don't have that as a reference book, I just don't know what to tell them.
All right. So when I say that was on the low end, I'm really being serious. That was really on the low end. That was like that's on the low end. That's like a step back. Like, all right, I'll do it. Whatever. Right. Um, when it comes down to what the next level can look like, meaning that okay, when we're talking about principal, distinguish, SME, that's a whole nother ball game because you could I mean, let's be truthful, you could uh outprice yourself out the market. You could price yourself out the market. You could. You could price yourself out the market. So then the question becomes: if you price yourself out the market, should you still be working in the market for someone, or should you do it yourself? Then that gets into a whole nother ball of wax.
What are you gonna do?
That gets into a whole nother ball of wax.
A good ball though.
Yeah, that gets into a whole nother ball of
But a
wax.
ball nonetheless.
Yeah. So in certain in certain job, communities, staff, principal, distinguish, matter. And it's other ones they don't have that. Some people don't even follow with that. Steve Ops, thank you. Right. So now let's talk about it. Let's go. We saw 253, right? 253, 920. I'm gonna just round it up to 254 for even purposes. All right. All right. So 254. Would you be okay with a $30,000 sign on bonus? You know what? Let's make it 40. So now we're
Are
at
they
two nine.
taxing it?
They're gonna tax that, of course. So that's why you gotta make it 40. These it's always taxes. All right. So say you get a 30 to $40,000 sign on bonus. All right. So we're now at 294. Let's say now the next thing you want to go back to school,
Do I?
right? Yeah, yeah, because you want to go get your master's, or you want to go get a, a a master's or a graduate degree, and they realize that you want to do that. So that's they give you 25,000 for that.
Okay. Is that one semester or that's the whole program?
That's the whole program. So they give you
Okay.
25,000 for the whole program. So maybe you find something online for 2 years. All right. All right.
How long I gotta stay though with them? If
Maybe
I
maybe a year, maybe two.
Oh, okay.
I would do the 2 years, whatever the case may be. I would do whatever it is they offer, and I'm doing it. All right. So we got sign on bonus of 40K. We got 25,000 for our graduate degree or whatever we choose to go after. So they toss you 25, right? Right. So we got 40, 25. Oh, and guess what? You got to
What?
move out. You got to move out there,
Where I'm moving?
wherever the job is at. So
Is
they,
it
so
is it
it's
domestic
in the,
or is it
it's in the country. It's in the United States, in the continental United States, right? So they say they're gonna toss you another 13,000 for it, right? So let's go ahead and
I need a little bit more than that,
13,000.
but I
So
get it.
you could get an offer letter for 332 from the jump. Now, depending on how they size that up, that's one thing. But wait, there's more.
Is there?
hmm hmm You could be working at a company. Thank you for becoming a new member. I mean, I got to go to my YouTube on my tablet so I can see what type of member because it don't show me over here.
100K.
100K member. Appreciate you. Right? Appreciate you. Right? Appreciate your My Pick Book LLC. All right. So 332 to begin, but wait, there's more.
There's more.
Yeah. So that two um 5254, they put 25% into your 401k.
That's
So
without my contributions, right?
that's without your contribution. So every
Okay.
year they putting in 63,500 into your 401k. You don't do
Okay.
nothing. That's just gonna go in there, right?
But from them, the company.
That's coming from the company, right? So let's look up what is left for employer and employee contribution. 401k. So right now, because I like to bring the receipts, right? 401 contribution limit for 2024 for employee is 23,000. Combined is 69,000 for employee and employer contribution. If your age is 50 and older, you're eligible for 70 to 7,500 in catch-up contributions, raising your employee contribution to 30,500. But to combine is 69. Now, if we go back and look at what we got so far, the employer is putting in 63 based on our base, just based on our base. Now, we still we gonna contribute 5, but here's where the dilemma come in. Da da. Yeah. Here's where the dilemma comes in at. You put in your extra, because this is from the employer and the employee. You'll put in your extra 4,500. All right, so let's just put in your 4,500. So, let me and put in another thousand. So another 5,500. So you put in your 5,500. So every year, 70,000 going into your 401k, 25% based on your based on your base salary.
I forgot. Can they contribute to your HSA? No?
Some companies can. Some
Tell
companies
me
will.
more.
Some companies will contribute to your HSA by saying, "Hey, if you put in 100, we'll match what you put in."
Hmm.
So some companies contribute to your HSA. So if you, what if you, oh, so you big balling, shot calling. All right, cool. You gonna put in 200, and some of them go up to 150 on the match. You put in 200, they're gonna put in 150. But the
Hmm.
goal, but still, you got to remember, you got a goal of 4,000, or I think it's
Right.
4,300, thirty eight
Right.
fifty, what it was, or maybe 3,900 or 4,000. I'm not sure, but I want somebody to help me contribute to my.
You know,
I don't want to have to do all the work.
not alone.
Yeah, help me,
You
help,
know.
help me, help me, help me, help me. All right.
If I mean, if you're gonna be single, you might as well have
If you're gonna be single, you might as well
a
get help from the
surrogate man,
employers.
the surrogate.
Right. So, all right. So 69,000 goes in, but remember, you only contribute 5,500. Remember that you got a lot of money coming in. You don't have no kids. You got a house, so you got to find what we call a tax shelter. What tax shelter do W-2 people have? Right. What are your tax
What do
shelters
we
that you
have?
have? The
What do
only
we
thing you got
have?
is your 401k, but you really can't max that out. Then you got your HSA, with that you really ain't contributing nothing there, only about what, $4,000, right? And
Man,
then, yeah, so really on that side of the house, you're limited on what you can contribute. Now let's go take it one little step further. One little
let's go.
step further.
Let's go.
Where else can you put money? Oh, brokerage account. However, however, finding other things to contribute to, like your muni bonds, or um, putting some money away into a brokerage account, still not really good. So this is what I found, and this is what I have to go back and figure out. Right, I got to call them, but it's still on my list. Um, charitable remainder trust, because when you go do your taxes, the number one thing they ask you is, did you donate any money to an organization? Did you donate money somewhere?
And if you notice, everybody that is fairly wealthy has a trust or a foundation.
You start your small business and write stuff off. But some people don't want to do that. So it's just another route, right? So in this trust, if I put in say 4,000 a month, which comes out to about 48,000, 48 to 50,000 a year, depending on what you do, I get $50,000 that I can write off. What I don't know is, and this is what I gotta find out is, all right, if I put the money in there, right, I can get income back on it. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here, this little picture right here, right? You contribute to the trust, right? And it's a partial tax deduction and an income stream that can come out of this. But it goes to the beneficiary here if you want it to. And you can have it come back to you as well too. Like you see, you can get an income stream here and you can get an income stream to a beneficiary. Right? So in here, I could have my brokerage account that is growing as well here and also pay me a income. And over here, you can once you pay out over this, I guess over time you contribute to charity over time. Like I guess once you die off, I guess expire. It says after specified time span, I think it's 20 years, or death of the last income beneficiary. Yeah, the remaining CRT assets are distributed to a designated charitable beneficiaries. Right. I'm just showing you other ways where one, you can protect your money, two, you can protect the growth of your money, and three, you can make money. All right, so I showed you all of that. Do y'all think that hurt me?
They listening.
Okay.
I believe they're listening and they're just really, really writing notes because we have a few people in there. The likes, they're a little lagging, but we got some people in here.
No
But
man, let him
it's
get
getting
down.
late on a Monday. So,
We don't have the likes up. Mm.
we might have to start winding down on a Monday.
That's all right. All right, so now I showed you the receipts. I showed you, the ways that you can protect it. I even showed you where money is going. One other thing I want to show you that's not related to this, but I figured I think you need to know this. Oh, yeah. This is two other things I want to show you. Vertical Aerospace founder invests 50 million to keep flying taxi venture going. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Flying taxi, vertical. That's another form of edge computing, another form of just YouTube algorithms real, you all aren't popping up. That's all good. Um the flying taxi venture, I know they kicked off here in Tampa to Orlando, but the thing about it is, I wonder what is why he had to invest his 50 million. I'm going to go back and do some more digging on some more of the companies. I talked about this before, especially when we were talking about SPACs and what was going on in the SPACs. But I want to bring this up. But I also want to say, see, this one. AI helps the world's biggest tech firm smash 10 trillion market capitalization. Nvidia replaces Facebook as the new kid on the block, while Microsoft displaces Apple at the helm. Meta has yet to go above 1 trillion despite really pivoting to generative AI. All right. Let me blow this up because it's a little small. Let me go back. I don't know why that did what it did. Oh, it won't let me do it because I gotta purchase something. Let me go back. Oh, here we go. Mm-mm-mm. All right. The world's biggest tech giants has swelled more than a trillion in valuation thanks in part to investment in advancements in generative AI, collectively exceeding 10 trillion in valuation. But it's not all good news for Meta. Meta is still at 937.85 billion. But companies like Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, and those earners that were the 500K earners, you all got a doozy yesterday for the earners. You all got a doozy. But anyway, um, Amazon, Nvidia are worth more than 1 trillion according to the latest market capitalization on Google Finance. I like Google Finance. All right. Let's see. AI boom. All right. Apple also became the world's first $2 trillion company and the country's first $3 trillion company, but now it's valued at 2.81 trillion, just shy of Microsoft. While it hasn't yet announced concrete AI integrations yet, Apple's long run, and that's because Apple has a call coming up, right? On the 24th. We need to put that on the calendar, D. Right, we need to put that on the calendar. All right. The most valuable tech giant right now is Microsoft, which is valued at $2.88 trillion, thanks in part to the massive investments in open AI, integration of large language models like GPT-4, and into vast range of products and services from Windows 11 operating system to MS Paint. Google too was valuated at 1.77 trillion, has recently launched its Gemini AI series, which includes an on-device version known as Gemini Nano, set to feature the Pixel 8 Pro. This follows its bumbling first foray into AI with Google Bard, right? All right, and then they go on to talk about the rest of them. But let me see. Then this is edge computing. There was one I wanted to talk about. Where is it at? Did I not bring it over? I wanted to talk about the Indian companies going into Mexico. The Indian companies are going into Mexico. And they're investing billions, but let me see if I can find it. And I'll get back to our original discussion. 500K earner, we appreciate you. My pick book LLC, we appreciate you. Oh, here it is right here. I think I had it up earlier. It's on one of these tabs. All right. Oh, where did you? Oh, I picked the wrong one. Right here. Picked the wrong one. Here we go. Mexico emerges as a new hub for Indian IT companies and their operations. All right. So, what does that mean? Why did I bring that up? All right. So we saw Japan and Amazon, and now we see Indian companies going into Mexico. D, we can hear you. We- right. We see Indian companies going into Mexico. We see and we see the Japan and Amazon expanding. But what do we also see too? We also see space. Now, why is India going into Mexico?
Hey, the Latin American market is huge.
So we already know we got manufacturing going into Mexico, but why is India going into Mexico from an IT perspective? All right. So guess who's ahead of this? Who's a part of this? D.
Who?
Let's go. Mexico has emerged as the new hotspot for customer experience management that enhances customer engagement across multiple touch points. TCS and Emphasis have had a presence in Mexico for over a decade. Recently, LTMI Mindtree opened up a 100-seater facility in Mexico City. Remember, we already saw the big wave from California to Mexico City doing C19, right? Now we see India coming in down there, right? All right, let's keep follow the money, all right? Which set up operations in Mexico 14 years ago, expanded its footprint and so forth. The company is hiring 1,300 people in the next 2 years to strengthen its current employee base to 2,400 people. Global Logic, a Hitachi company, opened up a new engineering and sales center in Mexico. Global Logic, digital product engineering service, product engineering, how to get your product to market in industries in automotive, communications, customer retail, finance, healthcare, manufacturing, media, and technology. They've helped businesses like Qualcomm, Samsung, Roku, and so forth, right? All right, let's go back to them. Is this it? It is, but I was on another page. All right. It says, in fact, Emphasis BPM offers business process management an IT service from Monterrey in Mexico and grew its operations in Mexico City. It has over 500 professionals catering to over 50 customers working across customer service, finance, accounting, sourcing, and procurement, sales, and fulfillment. It set up its center in 2007. Mexico advantages include geographical proximity and cultural compatibility to the US and Canada. Read that again. Mexico advantages includes geographical proximity and cultural compatibility to both US and Canada. US IT Research Advisory Average Group said Mexico has a global services talent of 197,000 FTEs. The workforce has a strong multi-language capability which supports English, Spanish, French, and Portuguese.
And those rupees to dineros, the currency exchange.
No one cares about the rupees, Dion. Only you care about the rupees.
I'm just saying that is another reason as well. The money and the benefits. Come on now. Those H1, what's the H1N1
H1.
visas?
Mm-hmm.
H1B visas? I don't know what they're considered in Mexico. However, hey,
All right. So the service providers have access to a vast talent pool of 150,000 graduates a year. How many graduates are we putting out in the United States a year? Let's see. 70,000. I want to show you who we competing against. Y'all arguing online? Let me show you what we competing against. I'm gonna show
however,
you
their
what we.
population is in the billions.
It is. It is. But that's what I mean, though, right?
Trust me, I know
And we got birth decline,
because you got a
right?
baby.
I
Uh,
said the birth decline.
I said I know because you don't have a baby. I don't have a baby.
I do.
Who your baby?
Hmm? Sitting in the
Ah,
driveway.
babies.
The babies. All right. So the U.S. graduates roughly 70,000 undergraduate engineers a year. China is graduating 600,000 engineers a year. And India is graduating 350,000 engineers a year.
Damn, Tam.
600,000 China engineers a year, 350,000 Indian engineers a year, and 70,000 for the US. Now, out of this 70,000, 600,000, and 350,000, how many of y'all are black?
Are we waiting?
Hmm.
Mm.
Black engineers that graduate every year is 6,000. 6,000. Every year we're producing 6,000 engineers. Now here's the bigger question. How many of them stay engineers over time?
Compared to 950,000 Asian engineers, East and West, North and South Asians.
We got some more stats. All right. So there are 228,911,000 engineers currently employed in the United States. 14% are women, 86% are men. Average engineer is 40. Most commonly is white, Asian, Hispanic, and Latino, and unknown. And unknown. Engineers are most in demand in Huntsville, Alabama. I've been saying that for years.
For
I've been
years.
I've been saying that for years.
Years.
Right? In 2022, women engineers earn 103% of what men earn. New Hampshire is the best state for engineers to live. Engineers are 48% more likely to work at private companies in comparison to public companies. Right. And then they just break it down visually so you can see. Right. So women engineers are out earning men engineers, according to this stat. And it's less female engineers.
And what is so crazy about this, Alonzo Smith, we need more skilled labor in the US, electricians, carpenters, plumbers, etc. These jobs pay very well. Yes, but even in the workforce development, they switched from these trade roles into more tech skills about 10 years ago.
So here we go. I'll take it back down a little bit. Here, African American It's 3.3%. Whatever unknown is more engineers in the unknown space than it is African American engineers. You know what? Here's the problem that I have with the trade thing, the skilled labor thing. It does not help with the longevity of your life because plumbers and carpenters and electricians and so forth, they end up physically burned out
Mhm. Especially
unless you
and
if you
especially if
don't
they don't
find
know how to
somebody
do
to
good business.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
like
if you don't train other people, that's the problem. I get it, but what's the longevity of it? That's the issue. I'm not saying we don't need them. Please don't get it wrong. But what's the longevity of of those plumbers, of those sanitation workers? What's the longevity? What does it do to the body? And
yeah, you
what
need
does
to
it?
learn how to diversify. Like, even if you are a
Yeah,
tradesperson, you still need some business skills. You need some accounting skills. You need to have business admin, accounting, the whole nine yards. Because when I was in the field, um, a lot of very skilled tradespeople will come in and out. But it's like anything, it's like an artist. You're self employed. If you break your leg or catch a cold, you cannot work. So what does that look like? Do you have a crew? Are you getting your billing out on time? You've done a job, but you have $10,000 that you haven't even collected because you don't have anybody to do your invoices. So yes, skilled trades are needed, but they also still need business skills.
I see. Curious if the study is referring to traditional engineering paths with board certifications. Probably more like software. Probably more like electrical, computer engineering, and so forth. We need more IT skilled laborers in IT field to lead low voltage. I agree with the low voltage. I agree with that part.
Yeah, Kelvin, that one thing about it is if you're a tradesperson, you definitely have to get people up under you. You
Hmm.
definitely have to build each one, teach one.
Yeah, skilled labor and tech is merging. The RPA, those that are skilled tradesmen, RPA, no code, low code, you better get on it. Yeah, I know unknown did not want to identify. I mean, I got that part, but it don't help with the numbers. It don't help with the numbers. All right. So where do I get these skills from? To me, you talked about the 250, 332,000. You talked about the 69,000 going into my 401k every year. You talked about space. You talked about space and AI. You talked about the $10 billion that's out there. You talked about the $30 billion budget for space. You showed where some of the money is at. We even talked about Japan and the 15 billion, and on top of that, India moving into Mexico. You should put alerts out on your news feed to what companies are going to be in IT space in Mexico. If they're now, I what I didn't look at is how many engineers are they producing every year. So Mexico has 13,000 engineers that they're producing every year in the country. We got 6,000 here. We still getting outworked. Oh, I'm sure. Right. So where do I go get these skills? So you can get these skills in a number of places. Let's start with baseline stuff. A lot of you like Udemy. A lot of you like Coursera. I am a Safari O'Reilly fan. I like IT Pro TV. I like Cold Cloud. I like some of the stuff out of the CNCF. They do a good job. They have study sessions and accountability partners. So I like their where they're going with that. All right. Um, what I do like the most about the O'Reilly stuff is a variety of other books other than tech books. So that's what I like about them. They also provide tracks. Um, you can also look at let me see. I'm trying to see if there's something about space on Safari. I don't think it is, but we can always look and see. I'm looking it up now. Let me see. I'm looking at space exploration just to see what it pulls back. Radio science, technology, discovery, information communication, space technology, the space economy. We could talk about that. We should get that book. Let me see. Here's that book right here. Space Economy. Came out in 2023. Um the space economy capitalize on the greatest business opportunity of your lifetime. The Space Economy by Chad Anderson. Oh, I should keep that. I should get that book. I'm gonna put that on my bookshelf and read through it real quick. The other thing is like I'm gonna give you my 5 skills, and hopefully this will be the last time I say these skills. D, I'm gonna let you do it. D.
No, I wouldn't even say it. I wouldn't even say it. Somebody in the chat, please list the 5 skills that you should have going into tech. That's it. I'm not gonna even say it. Don't put that on me like I'm gonna say it. Somebody in the chat. Somebody. I know Heather's there. I know Free is there. I know Jerome peeked in and peeked out. Kelvin knows. I mean, Frida knows.
Heather got you.
I
Linux
know
Cloud,
somebody was gonna
security,
come up.
Kubernetes, data, agile. Like, yeah, like data is everywhere. Cloud, Linux, pick a cloud, any cloud. Don't ask me what cloud, pick a cloud, any cloud. If you just want to pick between two, AWS and Azure. Right?
Thank you, Heather. I don't care what they say about you. You're always gonna be cool with me.
Yeah. ISC squared, sans.org. Mm, people want to argue with me that sans.org is expensive. That's fine. Argue with me that it's expensive. I'm just gonna tell you this is recognized. I'm gonna tell you ISC squared is recognized. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Come to you, yeah. People be like, "Oh, we heard about them. We know about them." Not saying they not recognized. All right, Jonathan. All right, that's all good. It's all good. I always tell you start. I always tell you. I don't care what y'all do. Don't ask me about should you start with Security Plus. You can if you want to. I'm gonna tell you start with Linux. If you want to start with the Linux Plus, that's fine. If you want to start with the LFCS, that's fine. If you want to start with the RCSA, great. That's where you go. That's right, free. I drill them into your head. Yeah, automation. That's right. Y'all ought
All
to
right.
know these things.
Heather, if you retype it, I will put it up there on the screen if you add automation. And Jonathan, this is a safe space. We
You
just
all good,
calling on the
Jonathan?
we're just calling on the community to see if they really are retaining this stuff.
Yep. And any
Because at the end
programming
of the day,
language, add
this
that
is the
on too.
community. These are the
Rust,
people that are
Python,
we are
Go.
talking about.
Rust, Python, Go. Like that's it. If somebody asks you about what's the state of what's going on with tech and all these layoffs, you just be like, pick a cloud, any cloud, automation. Uh, just listen. I'm showing you. I'm telling you. I don't know what else I could do. I don't know. Do I need to pull the receipt back up, D?
No,
Don't pull it back up.
no,
D said no. It's on the screen, but D said no.
no. They can catch it on the replay.
D said don't pull it back up. What are some possible IT career paths one should explore? Manual QA, other than automated testing. You can you
Community,
can
helpfully share him out.
um it depends on where you're trying to take yourself to. Where you trying to go to? Are you trying to
What are
go
you interested
to
in?
no, I'm just trying to think if you're trying to leave manual testing and then other than and switching over to automated testing, I mean you could go to DevOps if you want to, but I mean that's on you. There you go. Hey, design thinking. That's right. Design thinking. If you ain't been on the meetups, you got to come to the meetups every Wednesday where we get into everything. Everything. We got to break it all down. It's on the meetups. Where we go over to what's the next level, how to do things, so forth and so on. Um, a few IBM certs deciding on the cloud. All I hear is your voice pick a cloud in it. Do my voice is saying do something. Do something down to earth. Do something. Right? Yeah, networking is always a plus. You like hardware, ask your company to shadow the IT department, physical servers, build servers, routers. I mean, you can get that low level if you want to. There's dozens of IT jobs there, but you can always go up and say, I want to use Ansible to automate my servers, my network gear. You can go down Cisco route. That's if you
They
want
got
to stay
Packet
on the
Tracer.
yeah
It's
Wireshark.
really
I
great.
mean,
Yes, really amazing
oh
training.
yeah, you could book a coach a call. Absolutely. Absolutely. My goal is this. If you all are new, if you've never been here before, you don't know, you're one skill away from 200K. That's my model. My model is everybody need to be at a minimum of 200K. That's my goal. People gonna laugh and be like, everybody can't make 200K. Everybody can't do this and everybody can't do that. No, you can't do it. You don't want to do it, right? So the thing is this 200K puts you as an accredited investor if you maintain that for 3 years. That's always why I go for 3 years. That's why I always repeat things 3 times, not because I'm Dr. Umar, but because I want to drill it into your head that you need it's there's a power in three. If you don't know what that is, the power of three, you should look that up. That's why he does it though. But at the same token, the whole reasoning behind that is when you're at 200K and you've been at that for 3 years, that's $600,000. Now imagine if you've been making 200K for 10 years, that's $2 million. Now imagine if you set yourself up and you learn about having your bucket set up. It's really three buckets, but I add in I add in two more because I'm like, okay, maybe you want to do an overemployment situation or something like that, right? So again, I am strictly speaking about here are the skills. Here's how you can make 200K. Here's how you can do it. I've shown you where the money is at. You know that it's 30 billion going into space. It's $100 million that the Department of Energy got to spend. There's another $50 billion that's coming out. And I'm going to keep talking about these billions until it gets drilled into your head and you start asking questions like, do you think I should go work at this company? If it ain't on that list of government contracting, or subcontracting, or you can do uncleared work or somebody can sponsor, I don't even want to talk about it. Y'all can talk to me about Fang. Fang get money from the government. You think Meta don't get money from the government? You think
Everybody's hand is in the pot.
You think Google don't get money from the government? They all get some type. They all got some type of government contract that they get.
Everybody's hand is in the pot. Trust everybody's hand. Go to sam.gov, look it up.
You ain't got to do that. You go right here. My favorite thing, FPDS, fpds.gov. Type in Meta, Meta Inc. 210. This is old. Meta Group. Let's look and see if they got. Let's see if we could pull back Facebook. Let me see if they got something for Facebook. Facebook. Oh, well, look at there. Facebook. Oh, look at that. Oh, no more Facebook. Is that more Facebook? More Facebook. And these are small contracts. These are small contracts. You know, there's some big contracts coming out of this from Facebook. These are just the small ones. I'm just trying to tell you, everybody got their hand in the cookie jar. So don't think that the company that you work for don't contract or do work with the government. They do. Same way with your Google. Of course, Google does. There's some more with Google. These are just the small ones. But if you start looking at the Department of Defense and Google, you're gonna pull back a whole bunch of stuff. Well, they're gonna want for 1.1 million with Boston. I'm assuming it's with Boston Dynamics and Google somewhere in there. Again, I'm just I just want y'all to understand that you can make as much money as you want to out here if you want to, but doing other stuff. But I don't see a problem with being a multimillionaire as an entrepreneur, a multimillionaire as a 1099, or a multimillionaire as a W-2 worker. And if you could do it across all three, and you can say, okay, one year I'm gonna be an entrepreneur and make my money. Another year I'm gonna be a W-2, and another year I'm gonna be 1099. And I'm looking at 1099 and entrepreneur as two different things. Two different things. Two different things. All right, it's saying things three times don't work for me. I'll be irritated. That's all good. If you're a SOC sysadmin, you administer both Windows and currently work. Yep. RHCE. That's for your automation stuff there. I would take it one step further and go with ISC squared and get my CGRC compliance one. I looked at that. I think that's a good choice there. 50 more to get to reach 200. Let's go, Bob. What's holding you back? What you think is holding you back? What's holding you back? Yep, sign up for the one-on-ones. How would you start to work inching towards some of these spaces you discussed? What are some possible moves you make? Oh, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question. I just gave you your answer though. If you got your RHTSA, RHCE, have somebody sponsor your clearance. Once you get your clearance sponsored, then you can move around however you want to. Always stay in the intel community, make the most money, never work on an army contract. Army contracts don't pay, but if you want to go get some low hanging fruit, you can. Always stay with Air Force and we'll always work with the Navy. Stay on stuff in space. I said that real fast. You can go back and rewind that, but that's where you go. Amazon opening up data centers to pulled up. Yep. 35 billion. Right. So and remember, Amazon and and Microsoft buy um acres of land, literally like 3,000 to 5,000 acres at a time. Yeah. Well, AWS GovCloud is major in the DMV. That's cool, but you got to understand what happens in GovCloud. That's where the skill set is at. That's where the skill set is at. What happens in GovCloud is where the skill set is at. What are you doing? What are you building in GovCloud? You're welcome. That's where the skill set is at. What are you building in GovCloud? Well, D, we reached our 209 mark.
We have.
Oh, there go that echo. There go that fan.
It's time to go.
There it is. There's that fan. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight. I don't know. Do you want to get $70,000 put into your 401k every year? Oh, Amber in Houston, Cali Linux, Kali Linux, Cali Linux, Wireshark. And get a laptop, spin up a machine, spin up a virtual machine on your laptop, install VirtualBox or VMware Fusion if you got a Mac. Download a disk from. You can use Red Hat. You can use Ubuntu. Install Wireshark, and there is an entire Wireshark certification. People sleep on Wireshark, right? So you can go and get a Wireshark certification, or you can just buy the book. In fact, let me see. I purposely brought it out. Wireshark, right? Wireshark. Network analysis. This is an older book. Older book. Network analysis. Second edition.
Still very good info.
Wireshark, right? Certified network analysis study guide, right? Wireshark. Start there. Kali Linux is another one to start with. You can download this book as a PDF online. Kubernetes, the book. It's real old, but it's enough to get you started. You can look up the actual guy who actually wrote the book. You probably find that online and a PDF for free. This book right here, Managing Risk in Information Systems. Easy read, nice read. They probably have a newer edition of this book. Get it. Those that don't understand how to analyze and look at risk. That's your job. That's your job as an engineer, is to always solve the problem and to understand the risk. What is the risk?
And mitigate it.
Yep. What is the risk and how to mitigate that risk? What is when you're analyzing, you're trying to do something, what's the risk, the pros and the cons? Well, understand what risk means, right? There's different forms of risk, right? Different forms of risk. This book right here is what most colleges give you. You probably get this book online for free, right? I'm gonna open up to the table of contents, and it gives you right here risk management and its importance in an organization, risk identification techniques, and risk management techniques, avoidance, transfer, mitigation, acceptance, cost benefit analysis, and residual risk. I read it again. Risk management techniques, avoidance, transfer, mitigation, acceptance, cost benefit analysis, and residual risk. You should know those things. Those that want to be project managers, product owners, you want to be in security. This is just another foray into it, right? And we haven't even talked about disaster recovery. We haven't even talked about business continuity. We haven't even talked about high availability. We have not even talked about hot to hot. right? Hot to cold. I can go on. Women in Linux giving advice to make more money. I guess and grow your oh yeah, it's supposed to be and grow your careers, so that no CEO won't have the power to deny you remote work while you're in the NICU. So you can make your own moves. Skills pay bills. Skills get you in rooms. A lot of people like to network and say that knowing people get you there, but what if you don't have? What if you're not good at talking? But what if people recognize your work and your work ethic? That could get you in rooms as well too. So don't ever deny yourself the ability to be great. Don't deny yourself the ability to be great. Distractions stop you from your growth. Distractions stop you from your money. Stop listening to these people out here that's talking about nothing and they ain't trying to do nothing. They ain't trying to grow nowhere. They ain't trying to grow and go nowhere. I showed you on the small end of the money. That's the small end of the money. Whoever been to my meetup, y'all already know. And people like, well, and this is the other thing, because I get this too. If you leave a comment under here talking about you always talking about the money and but you'll never talk about the skills, or you got some negative thing to say about showing the offer letter. See, I show you the offer letter. I ain't gonna tell you the stuff. I'm just gonna show it to you. Cause me telling you that ain't gonna mean nothing to you. Me showing you how the money, that's the other thing. Showing you how the money works is another thing. You make the money, but you don't even know how it works. You have these 401ks, you have all these plans. Y'all don't even understand what a 10% match is, or what a 25% into your 401k is, or you don't even understand what it means to have 10% match and then they'll do a 4% match on another 4% match on something that y'all don't understand it. Episode 124, Tech Stocks and Jobs. Go back and watch it.
It's giving you the skills to be your own advocate when it comes to your financial future. At the end of the day, working smart and not hard.
Yeah. Understand how money works. That's why I do tech stocks and jobs. That's why I show you, okay, um let's look at uh a 10K. Let's talk about how to pick our stocks, how to pick our ETFs, what are dividends, what are aristocrats, what are kings. How can I make this money? All right, D, I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna ask everybody this. D, if I could show you how to make $800,000 in a year, would you listen or would you be like, "That's cat"?
It's me.
I'm just asking.
I mean, it's me. Of course I would listen. Of
Now,
course I was listen. I'm the
if
same
I
person who sat on the sofa with you and was like, "Tell me about Linux."
okay, and here's what the follow on this everybody gonna say. This is what people gonna say. Don't no job out there pay you 800,000, right?
You got to have 20 years worth of experience.
Right? And then I
They don't look
literally
at us.
listen. I literally go to Selby Jennings and pull up a job paying 5 million to 10 million, 400 to 700,000 plus.
You bring Shelby Jennings here to tell you about the jobs that they have. But you know what? I'm not about to ruin my Monday with that. I just can't. I can't. Then I'm gonna need a cocktail. And I've been doing really good. I haven't had a sip in a minute.
I wanted a mojito today.
Hmm, I don't have any mint,
Mm,
but I can make you something tasty.
okay, that works
Oh,
too.
you have a chocolate martini in there.
Mm-mm. I can't
Mm.
try to drink that. I pulled a list of the top 25 government contracting companies to research and target. I'm pivoting for the next decade. Come through. Come holler at me down to earth. I mean, you saw you saw my Facebook page. Awesome. What would it cost me to make 100K? I love my family first. Coaching, etc. It depends on what you want to do. So there are jobs understanding Rust and quants and trading and stuff. Let me caveat. Let me say this. Will this stuff take time? Absolutely. 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 You know what takes time? You sitting on this internet every damn day arguing with these people.
You already been here for almost 2.5 hours. But
It's
also,
okay. I want you to
Alonzo, it
stay.
depends on the skills that you already have and how quickly you're willing to learn or to pivot. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of people that come here are already in tech and they feel like they have hit a wall and don't know where to go with their existing skills because you haven't marketed yourself in the correct way in a very, very long time. And, hey, you might like the work and you just like, hey, I don't even want to have to, I don't even want to manage anybody. I don't want to do that. There is a way to still make this money and not be responsible for a whole lot of people but yourself.
Stacy. So we do have a stack, Amber. I'm mean, a stack. We do have Slack, Amber. D. I think D posted it earlier.
I did.
Uh, yeah, D posted earlier, but you may want to go back and do that. Yeah, Quant's paying 500 to 800K. Believe it. OMG, I'm so glad I found this channel starting from the bottom, but I'm here. I'm taking the CompTIA. I'm not sure if that's the CompTIA
One,
Network Plus, A Plus. I'm assuming that's the
which
A
which
Plus.
cert it is, right?
Yeah, and don't even know what it means. Don't know what to do next, but I'm gonna know now. Oh yes, you need to sign up for a coaching call. I'm trying to save you before you get. I'm trying to save you before you go off the deep end. I'm trying to save you before you go off the deep end. And listen, those that are in the comments that have signed up for a coaching call. And listen, I don't record people's calls and do all the testimonials or whatnot. I should. I'm so guilty of that. I don't. But those who have signed up for coaching calls, those that have been to the meetups, you let her know, did it change your life? Let her know how women in Linux change your life. You can put it in the comments. It's all good. I don't have to try to trick you into anything. And if the coaching call isn't good, like if the coaching call, let us know. You said I'm at 60. I'm back in school for me, not a job requirement in retirement. Would like to teach part time. Are you saying you 60, or you saying when you get to 60, you're 60 now, you're back at school? I'm trying to make sure I understand what you're saying, Alonzo. Right? So to recap, with no cap,
And just to reiterate, we
I
are a
got you.
nonprofit organization. That's why we are here. We are open, we are honest, and we are women in tech. We are learning as we go along and we are sharing that knowledge with you. And it's up to
D
you to also do your due diligence.
D, what's the number one question people ask you? Why y'all do it for free?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They ask all the time, why do you do it for free? But it's each one teach one. It's the community. But the ones they still a lot of people here in this chat that went out and went and paid for stuff and
But
always come back.
the ones that got the coaching call, like Farida said, yes, get a coaching call. It's worth it. It helped me gain so much clarity. Yup. Jerome will tell you. Heather will tell you. There's other people that'll tell you. I'm not here to break the bank or whatnot. I'm here to make you. make help you make the bank. That's what I want. I want you to walk away and walk out. Listen, the stuff that I talk about make your mama mad.
And we also and honestly, we have been slow to grow here because we really, really, really believe in the integrity and the quality of what we are teaching and passing along for not only yourself to get skills, but to change your mindset and to shift what you have going on to teach somebody else and bring them. For Jerome to bring Lionel or other
Yep.
people, and that's what it's about. It's each one teach one, and that's how we're going to change things. We can't do it alone or by ourselves. Trust me, we could have brought a whole lot of people in here. We could have a big board, big advisors going after big money, but you know what? We didn't want to be beholden to what comes with all of those things. Because at the end of the day, real talk is coming out of me and Tam's pocket. Us being here, that's coming out of our pocket. Us coming on Wednesdays, all of this stuff is coming
NPL.
out of
Yep.
our pockets. It's for the love.
Yep. NPL. Sign up for a coaching call. D has dropped it in the chat. Look, at the end of the day, I can only show you the money, where the money's at, where the contracts is at. I can help you prepare, but you got to do the work. You got to do the work. Listen, people who are hungry and stay hungry. See, you get hungry and then you hungry and then you get a little complacent. You can't do that. Cause I'm gonna tell you what's gonna get told to you. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna get told to you. Right? Cause I've heard it myself. D, you heard it.
Still
You
here.
get hungry and you get a little complacent, and then you go back to being a little hungry again, and then this when bad Kermit come out. And it don't be you bad Kermit, it be your friends or the people around you that's bad Kermit.
It'll be
And
your
they say,
mama.
yeah, and they say this, how much is enough? Well, I don't know. Did anybody ask Charlie Munger when was enough? Did it did anybody ask Elon? Yeah, what is enough? Anybody feel discouraged earlier? I feel like I'll never get there. Oh, you're in the wrong room, Deanna. You you got to come to the meetups.
Yeah, that means you over there solo studying. That means
Or
you
you
over there on that island all by yourself.
or you're around people that's not supportive. I think D dropped the one-on-one links in the chat.
I
Listen,
did.
um, and I mean this sincerely. You have to stay around people and you have to stay hungry. And here's what I'm talking about. You're going to get complacent. You're going to be like, okay, I've made 300,000. I'm cool. I'm going to just ride this out. And then you look up one day and you're like, I got the same skills. You hadn't added no more skills. You got people to come in. They're gonna start outworking you. They're gonna start out earning you, and now you're gonna be trying to swim and catch up.
Be
Don't do
working all
that.
them long. I think Alonzo said he be working long hours. He works so long. His kids like I don't want to do none of that. What you doing? It is not fun at all. I don't want to do that type of tech, but their tech is so vast and huge. Linux, we're talking about the fundamentals. These
N-
fundamentals can take you in any direction. And that's why we started how we
Look.
Linux
Hold
because
on,
we
hold
wanted to
on, D.
show you where the possibilities of where Linux can take you.
Listen, put this on the screen. It's in the Slack right now. I ain't gotta. I don't have to. I
Oh, let
ain't
me
gotta lie to you. Hold on, let me blow it up a little bit. Blow it up a little bit. Kayla, we could talk about Kayla, but that's all right. We'll talk about where Kayla came from. I remember. D, you was there that day.
yeah, I
All
was
right.
there.
Yep. Kayla, just accepted an offer for solutions architect at a startup, data and cloud native infrastructure, Linux and SQL never gets old. I ain't gotta lie to you. It's, I didn't write that. She did it at 9:35. I'm just now seeing this 11:01. Right? Just where we at. We out here changing lives. But again, if I can get 1,000 people to be multimillionaires over the next, I'm giving myself I'm gonna give myself 15, no, 10 years. It may go out to 15. I'm a slow growth person, right? My head with the skills and stuff we talking about, just I mean, we could pull it up. Like we could do this online. We ain't gotta play the guessing game.
No, and then what's so crazy about it is like when these opportunities come across the desk, they're like, you got 10 more people, you got 20 more people, you got this many more people. We just waiting for everybody to get up to speed.
So 287,000, excuse me, over 10 years is $2.87 million over 10 years. You don't think that you could put like 1,500,000 away? I'm gonna give you 10 years. You're gonna spend $1,000,000. I already know that. I'm gonna give you 10 years. You're gonna spend $1,000,000. That's $100,000 a year. I'm gonna give you 10 years. You're gonna spend $100,000. But you ain't got to. You can cut your thing down and live off of 50, 70, somewhere in there. Right? Signing up for 129 at 4 p.m. Got you. You said I signed up for the meetup. Yep. Yep, we are pushers. That's what we do over here. Life change, career change, go back. I'm doing this for myself and my family, and I want to make a change for my community. So the only way you're gonna make a change for your family and your community, you gotta be rich. You gotta be wealthy. You gotta think wealth management. You can't take no for an answer. Like no, just go around them. Don't try another door. All you need is one yes. Miss AK, did you? I don't know. Did you sign up for that coaching call? Let me look. Scroll down. Thank you for all you do for the people. You welcome. Tech ties.
I don't know. You might want to try that link again, Casey, because I literally just pulled that link from. Hold on, let me see. Because let me try it again because
Did you go to the
um
women in Linux Slack
yeah,
and pull it?
well, no, I know what happens. What happens is when I post it, it adds something in the I don't know. Well, no, it didn't add it. It usually adds something. Let
I
me see
got
if
you.
it does it. Yeah, it didn't add the extra on there. Try that link I just post. And for those who are already in Slack, we're cleaning it up. So if you haven't been active in the last 90 days,
Cutting it off.
we are scrubbing our Slack channel.
Is that my Lynn coming? Lynn coming. Lindsay coming. Wednesday about to be lit.
We are scrubbing the Slack because we want to get an accurate, more accurate count of who is active, and to better do some programming. Um, quiet as kept. I'm planning on having the new website launched by the end of the month, and be adding some stuff there after we have our meeting. But yeah,
And
even the
also,
one-on-ones are moving to the new website as well.
you made a link.
Hmm.
You're welcome, Casey. It's good to see 67 of y'all here tonight. And you active and not quiet. That's important. That's an important thing. So to end it, where can you get these skills at? You can go to college if you want to. I don't knock that. Be strategic about that though. Get somebody to pay for it. Two, um, get your if you don't feel like you want to go to college, listen, a lot of you all want to get all these certs. That's fine. Get the certs if you feel like that's a goal. But if you get the certs and you don't understand how to use the stuff when you get on the job, it don't make any sense. So get the experience. Let the certs help you with the experience, right?
If you just testing and be testing like 350,000 of those engineers. Uh, Yee, let me stop. Cut it
right,
out, Z. Cut it out. Don't you do it.
right. Lionel, I see you join. Um, Kim, Miss Hill, I see you. I see you join.
And if you're going to the Slack channel, make sure, because we
One on
know
one.
what questions you asked. We already know what questions that you're going to ask. Go to announcements. Go to the announcements. It's going to sign you up to about 6 channels, like starter
Automatically.
channels. Go to announcements and see how to navigate yourself through Slack. It's going to tell you whatever you need to know in an announcement channel.
Lynn, what boot camp you been in? And then, so the class, like I say, I like the stuff WGU's putting out. I've been searching. I haven't done a deep analysis, but so far so good. I do like the stuff that like a cloud guru, Pluralsight. I like those. I like Safari. I like those things for studying and so forth because at least you do get a community or somebody to ask questions to. I even thought about teaching some of those classes, like pulling down stuff and like, okay, what do they mean when they say this? What do they mean when they do that? Here's another point of reference, this, that. Now I thought about doing that. And going from there. Lunch code, got you. The other thing that you all need to do is leak code. Um, you also need to do look at. I would look at exorcism, but the trick is, and that a lot of you miss out on. You get the certifications, but you suck at interviews. You suck so bad at interviews. You don't have no personality. You don't let your real your troubleshooting skills come through. You don't let your personality, your person come in. And I know you get nervous. I know you get nervous. I know you get nervous.
But it's a mutual interview.
Yep.
And if you do your due diligence on the company, you'll be able to have something to say. And if you don't know, it's all right not to know. Long as you can go and research and get the information. They want to know your thought process on getting the information that you don't know. You don't have to be perfect. Just have to be resourceful.
Like, you know, me. I think I'll do this next show. I'm gonna do this next show. We're gonna play tic tac toe live next show. We play tic tac toe live next show. That's what I think
Well,
I
we're gonna
do.
have to find you a great interface because we don't want to do your crusty sheet you did last time.
Whatever, whatever, whatever.
Mm, mm, mm.
So things like this, this is stuff like this. What does LVM stand for? Type it in the chat. Let me see. This how. What does LVM stand for? I don't care who answer. Just answer. Let's go. Let's see where y'all at. Let's see what your search skills is like. I think it's a 30-second delay. Mm. What does LVM stand for? Let's go. Where they at, D? They can't see me?
They see you. I see you. They can see you.
Let's go. Let's go, logical volume manager. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If I use PV create, what am I doing? If I use PV create, what am I doing? PV create. P. P is in Paul. PV create. What am I doing? That's right. Creating a physical volume. How do I find out if SE Linux is turned on the system? How do I find out if SC Linux is turned on a system? Let's go. Let's see who's sharp out there. That's one way. Give me another way. What? It's another way. Get enforced. That is correct. All right. What is the command? Because this is easy. What is the command to create a user with a different home directory? What is the command to create a user with a different home directory other than home? What is the command to create a user with a different home directory other than home? You can get the comp tier A plus, but what you gonna do after that? What is the path that you're trying to achieve, and who told you to take the comp tier A plus? What is the command to create a home directory with a different home directory? What is the command to create a user with a different home directory? Yo, no say who is that?
Yo no say is I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who is yo no say? I don't know.
Eee.
You know, I don't. I'm like, is that a person?
Oh, you know, you will nacho cheese us to death.
Yeah, yeah, nacho cheese, please. I'm like, who is your no say? I'm like, is that Beyonce's friend? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the state
There
career
you go,
stores,
free.
they
There
get
you
you
go,
all over the
free.
place.
There you go, free. You almost had it. You almost had it. You almost had it. You almost had it. You gotta add a dash D. So on my tic tac toe games, that's what I do. I I'm gonna just like call out stuff. Y'all may be on teams, and y'all gotta get them answers. And sometimes we do giveaways. Sometimes I done gave away laptops. I gave away laptops live on the show, and I gave away. And I'm talking about MacBook Pros. I ain't talking about like the $300 Chromebook. I gave away classes. I've given away money. I've bought classes. I think last year, was it last year? Well, I know last year I probably spent like $10,000.
That's out of
And then
pocket.
that's out of my pocket. And the year before that, I think I spent $10,000 out
Yes,
of
but
my
hey,
pocket.
if your company is looking to sponsor a nonprofit or they're willing to match your donations, be sure to put in Women in Linux.
Right.
Your support counts.
I'm gonna see how quick they are. And these the last two I'm gonna do. Well, I'm gonna do one and now do another. What is the default permissions when you create a home directory or when you create a directory, not a home directory? What's the default permissions when you create a directory? Jerome, what you're asking is how do you create a user and don't give a user no shell. So you got to go in through the command line and make sure you change it to no login. 777 or 755. Oh, why you delete it? Code and Evelyn? Why you delete it?
Amber, unless you are 17 years old, we do not discuss entry level roles in
Well,
tech.
she maybe just starting out.
Are you 17? Are you 18? I need to know. What are you doing right now?
So the answer is this. So the 777 is what the actual directory starts with. And then the UMask makes it the 755 by default. So partially correct, but once you create the directory, the UMask is what makes it the 755. 002 is the UMask usually, or 022, sorry, is the UMask usually. The directory starts off with 777. The files start off with 666, and then the UMask makes it that 644. So 022 makes it the 644. If you don't know what your UMask is or what it does on a Linux box, just type UMask. I think I think next week's stream, I think I ain't gonna do nothing but Linux commands and go from there. Like we just gonna people
You
want to
gonna do the
get to
Linux
them.
game show?
We should do the Linux game show. I got a ton of stuff.
The big fat Linux game show. Oh yeah, I can go find a little interface. You know I love that.
Yeah.
So it can be
I,
looking all nice and so we can bring people in, take them out. Oh yes.
right. Like I wanna drill like an interview. Like I think we should do a live interview.
Or we can do that in no. We can do it in a meetup too.
What, a live interview?
Mhm. Heather, we know you love the games. You're ruthless. You might be exempt in a minute. You got to
What
play
what
nice. Will of
what
Linux.
what year was Linux founded in? I would
Ye-
get a VM. Yeah, I would get a VM. 91. That's right. Now, what year was blockchain founded in?
Mm, mm, mm.
Here's another question. What is the latest kernel used right now? What's the latest kernel out? Here's a hint. I'm gonna give y'all a hint. Kernel.org is your friend. Jerome talking about you was 6 in 92.
Baby.
I was at Freaknik.
I was in high school. I
I
was
was in high
definitely in
school,
high
but I was
school.
in Atlanta. We went to Freaknik.
I was in high school.
Okay, see. Your blockchain was created by a person or a group in 2008. When was AWS founded? Jerome, nah, I ain't gonna be in that documentary. I knew better.
She gonna be out there.
Your career assessment is just what it says. It's career assessment. So let's do the math. From 2006 to 2024, in approximately 18 years, they have amassed over $1 trillion. But you'll tell me that people can't, a large amount of people can't make $200,000 a year. But one company can amass over $1 trillion in 18 years. But you'll tell me that a large group of people can't make 200,000 a year. How does that work?
Stealing. They stealing. That's what it is. They stealing.
Mm-mm,
Stealing
they
from
can
the people. They want you at the
they
call center.
mm-mm. I went out there freaking it like that. I knew better. I went, but we didn't. I didn't. No, I'm not getting on top of no car so somebody can come snatch me off. What I look like? And why would you be on top of a car dancing anyway? I'm not doing that.
Mm, mm,
First
mm.
off, I'm like, if I get up there and I fall and somebody got it on camera, oh no, oh no,
On a VHS.
oh no. So why did I ask you where things were founded at, or what during the time, what when they got started? Because a lot of you are getting started in tech right now, and you think that it's gonna happen overnight. Amazon didn't start out as a $1 trillion company,
He was in the garage with hair.
right? Blockchain took a long time to develop and over time become useful. right? Um, AI was invented in 1956. We've been using AI, but not as a consumer scale. We're just not getting it to a consumer scale, right? So when I say it's going to take you time, respect the time that it's going to take you to get there, but you will get there. A lot of y'all want to be at $250,000 in your first hit. Y'all want to swing. Hey, better swing, and it's 250. And sometimes that will happen. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that 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 some people don't get it off the first lick. But give yourself about a couple of years, maybe three, with a strategic strategy and specialized skills. Yeah, you get there. Maybe even five, maybe if max five max. Three really is the sweet spot. You put in the work now, and in 3 years, you at 250, 300, maybe even sooner. Then let's really talk about it. Let's say you go overseas. Let's say you get a job overseas. Let's say you get one overseas. D. You think you could? Do you think you could? Do we know you can't do Australia?
After seeing all of those woodland creatures, I don't know. I don't want to get bit or beat
See,
up.
that's what I'm saying. You can't
I
do
don't know. I
Australia.
need to be in a controlled environment. I don't know. It's a little dangerous. It is a little dangerous.
We know you can't do it, D. We know you can't do it, D. You my friend though.
I can visit,
My, this my last. This
but
my
I
little
don't want no
breakdown.
snakes coming through the window and just like, oh, it's a snake. Kangaroo waiting to bite me in the head. Like, mm. I don't want to get licked up by a spider or a scorpion. Yeah, it's just not a safe place. The Australians even say it. It's not safe. No, New Zealand?
Okay, so this my last run.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We've been on so long. I need a snack. Stacy, those
Uh,
kangaroos. I don't even want to get put in the headlock by a kangaroo while I'm out running, minding my own business.
you minding your own business. You in the area. You in the area.
And he just come up and just be, oh no, you got that. You got that, Roo. The only kangaroos I want are on my feet. Mm-mm. They had the little pocket on the side. Nope.
They take you out and drown you.
I be like, I don't want no smoke, Roo. I don't want no smoke.
All right, taking you a job that takes you overseas. I'll do another deeper dive on this another day, but this is just an example of one. When we're gonna go from there. All right, boom. So the job that gives you the 25%, those that have been to my meetups, those that have seen me talk about this before, this is like we're going over again, but I'm gonna do it for the new folks. I'm doing it for the culture. I'm doing it for the cold crush. Okay. All right. So doing it for the cold crush. Say you get a job that takes you over to Australia. Yes, you are isolated. Yes, you ain't gonna have no friends. You're just there to make money. Understand there's some jobs that you need to that you're gonna go on and you just gonna make some money. Right? All right, so boom, job pays you 175 base. That's your base. But because the way the company is set up and the way they have their 401k set up, they're gonna put a minimum of 25%. into what they call an individual benefits account. It's called an IBA, individual benefits account. IBA, individual benefits account. IBA. All right, so they're gonna put 25% into your IBA of your base salary and 25% into your 401k. You say 25%. I said 25%. D say it in the back. You're supposed to say 20,
25%,
25%. D
25%, 25%,
right.
25%.
Right. They're gonna put 25% into your 401k. So what is 25% of 175? Drop it in the chat. Keep it
Plenty
up.
money.
I want y'all to do math with me tonight. We
Plenty
just did some
money.
Linux. We're gonna do some math tonight. We're gonna do some math, baby. Yeah. All right.
Math.
Once yeah.
Math.
25% of 175 is what? I don't see the numbers coming through. I think it's a little delay, but we'll see.
Math.
We'll see. I like to pull out my calculator because I like to do it with you because, that's what I do.
Math.
You can see here D in the background. Somebody need to go to sleep. Times 0.25. It's $43,750. I don't see announcements as an option in it's one on one, and there's an announcement. You gotta add it, Amber.
It should automatically add you. An announcement should be a channel when you join that you're already in. But it is in a channel. If you don't see it, go ahead to channels and add it.
All right. So in your IBA, you'll get 43,750, and
Money,
then in your 401k, the company is going to put 43,750 in there.
more
How much
money,
can you during this current year? How much money can you and the employer put? Can the employee and the employer put in to a 401k? What is that number?
more money, more money, more money.
What is that number? Keep up with me, folks. Keep up with me, folks. I went over this earlier. What is that
Math,
number? What is that number? 69,
math,
69, 69, Heather. 69, 69, 69. So the company is putting in 43,750. You and the employer together can put in 69,000. 69,000. Remember that number. That's for 2024. Employer employee can put in total contribution together 69,000.
show me the money.
All right. So because that employer is putting in 43,750 into your IBA and 43,750 into your 401k, the combination of those two is 262,500. That's before you go to Australia. Everybody with me so far? Put a one in the chat. So if you don't ever make it to Australia, your total compensation is 262. You with me so far?
Uno.
Put a one in the chat. I want everybody to keep up. Total contribution between employee and employer is 69,000. All right. All right. Next, because you are going overseas, because you're risking your life, because
In your life.
you're overseas, you're risking your life and you're working, right?
Mm, where the wild things are
They go
over
ahead
the
and,
seas.
bump you up 20%. So they give you a bump. They give you a bump.
Bump,
Just
bump, bump,
a bump.
bump, bump, bump.
They're giving you a bump.
Showing you the money.
So 262 times 20% and add that in comes out to 315. To get 315. You done made it to
Another bump.
Australia.
Bump.
You you done made it to Australia. You're at 315. It was LVM, Amber. LVM, Logical Volume Manager. LVM. It is critical. It is critical, right? You won't find LVMs naturally made on cloud machines. They're just regular partitions. So you'll have to install LVM2, then create them, then go down. Right? Yep. And some of it is tax free. So we ain't got there yet. Yeah,
More money, more money, more money.
somebody need to go to sleep. All right. Plus, you get another $3,800 a month for housing. All right. So 3,800 times 12. That's another 45,600. Right. So now you're at 350K. The housing over there is about 2,000 a month, 2,500 a month.
Staying on base.
Yeah. You get the food for free, so forth and so on. So we're at 350, right? And then the medical doesn't come out, but wait, there's more. But there's
More
more.
money, more money, more money.
This
Yeah.
25% that's up here in that IBA, if you don't use that money,
What'd it do?
it come back to you
When?
at the end of the year.
For Christmas? Balling.
So now, remember that was that 43, was it 43,750? So now you got 43,750 coming back to you. And I'm not sure if they tax it over there or they don't. That I don't know. But let's go with they tax it. So you could approximately have $30,000 coming back to you. That's just one
Sign
job.
me up.
Now, with that being said, while you're there, you're just making money because number one, you can get food on base. You can gym is free. Um, you also get free travel depending on the company twice a year first class. You get to take off for a month because you're coming back to the
Birthday.
states, so you can take off for a whole month. You don't use burn your leave, but you also get 8 weeks of PTO.
Say it ain't so.
I'm just showing you where things happen, what happens, what's out there. So I don't know. That may not be good for people, but I'm just showing you some things that happen out there.
Options. Just
Yeah,
options.
and then too, while you're out there, you get some free training. There is also free training. You also get a chance to, travel while you're over there because you're in Australia, so you can go to other places, get your visa, visit some stuff, boom, come back. Travel's a little cheaper. You're not coming all the way from the States. I don't know. D, I'm out. I think I put a lot into it tonight. I was actually tired when I started, but then I was like, I gotta win. I saw people winning.
Yeah. And Jerome said he posted some Linux commands in Slack under general. And those of you in the RCSA channel, I added that and a guide for interviewing. We do have a couple of guys. Also, there are
Pinned, pinned.
some other channels that those are in. So Jerome, instead of putting them in general, you could put those in tips and tools and also in study guides or the RHCSA channel. So if you can do me a favor and move that from general to those channels, I would greatly appreciate it. Good housekeeping. We appreciate you.
Every so often, D, I get a phone call, and you know what they looking for?
What?
Somebody to come work in Dubai.
Ooh, I don't want to go to jail. Jerome, go ahead and add the channel. You have to go into channels and add the tips and tools channel. And then there's a study guides channel as well. It's over, let's see. Channels. It's a lot of channels.
On purpose.
I'm trying to get to my little thingy. They've changed the interface.
Yep, you can go to Dubai.
Channels.
I mean, I hope y'all got something out of tonight. I hope you understood what I was talking about. If you didn't, catch the replay. If you don't know, go check out episode 124. I'm just trying to show you where money at. Watch out for Japan. Watch out for jobs coming up in Japan. Watch out, watch how them DevSecOps, site reliability engineering jobs gonna come up. Watch. Cause if Amazon is going, Microsoft gonna follow. If Microsoft gonna follow, it's gonna be some other jobs that's gonna be coming out over there. Just wait.
Watch. Keep your eyes peeled.
Yep. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your head on a swivel. I'll do a report again on more. Oh yeah, DevSecOps site reliability engineer most definitely come. I dare the overseas jobs. I think I want to do 3 years overseas.
When you going, friend?
I don't know. I had my hands on a job to go to Belgium back in 2008. I had my hands on 2007. I had my hands on a job to go to England. I could have been in Africa. Um, I get calls for Africa all the time. I was like, I want to go there. I was asking my husband. I was asking for my husband's niece, and she's sitting next to me. And I'm a technical writer working at haircut salon, but I'm not happy there. I got you. Do you want to leave there? I don't know. Sign up for a one-on-one, so and you could put in the one-on-one, like what your thoughts are when you
And is the
sign up.
niece, what age is the niece? Because there's definitely some things that they can do so they won't be entering into tech, or just get some better advice on what that looks like.
I'm gonna tell you this, and most people ain't gonna like it for your niece. I'm gonna tell all the kids this.
The children.
All the children, go work at NGA and let them get you a clearance. They're giving 16-year-olds and 17-year-old clearances. They're starting them out between 30,000 and 92,000. So you can be a 16-year-old making 80,000, or a 17-year-old making 80,000, or 18-year-old making 90,000. By the time you graduate and you hit by the time you graduate from what height from college, because you're gonna have your clearance and you're gonna still work during the summer because you're smart. By the time you graduate to college, you're gonna probably be at 150,000 starting out
Your niece is
easily.
a grown lady. She
Easily,
has experience.
easily. NGA, National Geospatial Agency. They're starting to relax the clearance stuff and allow 16, 17-year-olds NGA.
Mm. Yeah, there's a lot of intern ships with a lot of those agencies for children, kids in high school,
And a lot of them have cybersecurity colleges. They have a cybersecurity college.
and
Um,
that
what the
is
deal is.
across the U.S.
That's across all the agencies. It's just another way just to get in. People like, I don't want to do work with the government. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I put the link in the chat. It's the cyber scholarship, and they got a whole list of federal cybersecurity workforce assessment. They got different things you can do, so you can start there. Check it out. Um, the cyber workforce. They gotta hire some more people. Their people are retiring. I just did the show this weekend where they're showing what how many people was retiring.
A whole lot.
Yeah, but like
50,000, over
for
50,000.
yeah,
It's a lot.
it's a lot of people retiring, and the government needs people in those spaces, and
Right.
they gotta pay them. They know they gotta pay them.
Right. And actually getting a clearance at that age keeps kids out of trouble.
And then this is what it says. We're talking about young men and women who are 16, 17 years old in high school that we gave top secret SCI clearance. So they TSSCI. They ain't just secret clearances, they TSSCI clearances. At 16 and 17, can you imagine you 17 making $90,000?
Mm, my life would have been a little different.
You 17 and you making $90,000 at
I sure
17.
still would have left home, but it
And
would
you
have been really different.
listen, and you stay at home with your mama. Listen, my mama would have to be like, you know what, you's an adult now. I'm staying there. Cause listen, whenever she get to talking and whatnot, I'm catching a flight. I'll be back. I ain't gonna
I
move
was
out
still
with
my
no
grandmother,
paperwork.
so yeah. My mother, my grandmother, absolutely.
I'm 90,000. Lady, here you go. I'm out. First class.
You still would have been at Freaknik.
That's all right. And I would have been doing this. I would have been doing this at Freaknik. They were like, "You gonna get in the car?" They tell you to keep my clearance. They say don't get on top of no cars. Are you a
Mm-mm, I
foreign
don't know you.
national? Mm-mm.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. That's all you be doing. Mm-mm.
$90,000 at 17. Put that in perspective. You make more than your mama and your daddy combined, probably. You making $90,000 at 17. You still stay at home with your mama and your daddy.
Right, Kevin. They wouldn't even be paying me that. I'm getting minimum wage. Minimum wage, bringing home my little check. Mm-mm.
Y'all don't trust y'all parents.
Absolutely not. I
Do
know
you
who
think they're
I'm
gonna ask you
related
for
to.
money? They're
Let
gonna
me
ask you
tell
for
you, my
money?
my dad used to say, "Don't tell your mama you got some money. She gonna ask you for some gas money." Absolutely. They want to borrow something.
Somebody getting a Hellcat.
Nope.
90,000 at 17. So I like to put things into perspective because this is just what I do. So let's see. By the time I'm just gonna go with they made $90,000 for 20 years, which is not true because you're gonna have the increment over time, right? You know, 3 to 5% increment over time, right? So let's see, 30 minus 17 is 13 years. So let's go with 15 years. All right. So 17 plus 15 is 32. So 32. So We got 15 years times 90,000. And I'm just saying they ain't get no raise. All right, just humor me. $90,000 for 15 years is 1.35 million. Now, I'm not including a raise in that. So by the time they 32, they're a millionaire. Now, say you got a cohort coming out of high school, whatever, and it's a maybe 10 of y'all. Seven boys, three girls.
Hmm.
Y'all all stay in the same circles because when you start doing that, y'all just in the circle. You just in the circle. You're in the circle.
Oh, excuse me.
Then you multiply that by say 10 people between all of them. Then I made 13.5 million between them. The friend group of
What
13.5 million.
balling? What we buying? We got land. We building our houses on our land. We got a little subdivision. We chilling.
We just stacking money. I didn't include no raises in this.
That's okay. This is enough for the people to be amazed.
Yep, NGA work is legit. Look at my parents took my babysitting. I'd rather find a way to move out. I made the 90K back. Kids gonna pay their phone bill at least yeah, you're gonna pay your phone bill. You're gonna pay your phone bill, you're gonna have a car.
You gonna pay your phone bill on what you call fast food money. On if you was working at McDonald's money.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done. So all I wanted to show tonight was where things are going. I'll come back and I have a Linux thing, like a where's Linux going. But I wanted to really talk about space because there's a lot of money in space. It's even more money with the Department of Energy.
We talked about space for like 10 minutes. There are so many other things that came after space.
I'm just talking about what it is, what it do.
Just a recap. I get it. I get it.
Mhm.
Friend, my
But
eyes
it
are burning.
that's okay. I'm getting ready to go. Yeah, but all right. So if y'all don't believe, I don't know what else to tell you. Start hanging around with folks that don't want to go in the direction you want to go in. Y'all
Get
be
you some
safe.
new friends.
Get you some millionaire friends. All right, y'all.